Greetings, friends. We're going to take a look at, or this is the second video in a set that takes a look at the emotion of love and adoration. And as we said in our first video, we're going to be taking a look at it um, by watching a scene from Casablanca and trying to unpack that emotion by unpacking what's going on in the minds and hearts of two of our main characters. Um, as we've suggested before, um, emotions have an intelligence to them. There's a structure to them. And one of the key parts to an emotion is what is the object of the emotion, the object of our affection in this case, or the object of fear, the object of envy, the object of anger, whatever whatever emotion we have, there is an object that we focus in on. And as we suggested, that object is either important for us to have in our lives, either to acquire or to be in relationship with, or to avoid because it could cause us harm. In this instance, we want to look at love and specifically um, how the emotion of love moves us towards objects that can benefit us. So what we suggested in our definition is that objects are our perceptions of things in the world we believe that are important to our well-being. We love things. We love people. We love ideas. We love situations because that idea, person, people, or idea or situation is important or significant in our sense of well-being. We even use the phrase, "I can't live without you." Where would I be without? Those are the phrases that we use to describe this. So what emotion does is moves us towards those things that our soul suggests are important to us. The slide is from a previous a video that we displayed and or talked about, and we used these icons to provide a shorthand way of looking at this particular way of looking at emotions. And this right here, you remember, is the object. This object, we are saying, is important to us. We are indifferent to a lot of objects in life, but other objects in life, we feel so strongly about, whether it's a person, a place, an idea, a particular person. It's as we suggested, it's Mary and not Lizzie. It's the Bruins, not the Trojans. So what we want to look at is why a particular object is important to us, where other objects aren't. So for us, what our interest is how does one become a love object, or why is a particular object a love object for us where others aren't? And what we will suggest is we love those people, those things or ideas that contribute significantly to our lives. And the more significant the contribution, the deeper the love. Conversely, we love those things that do contribute deeply to us and make our lives meaningful and significant. So what we want to do is take a look at how Ilsa came to love Victor. And in this, we need to know something about is Ilsa. Ilsa was a little girl when she met Victor, and he showed her the world and opened up the world to her. We're going to watch a brief clip that shows Ilsa telling the story of how they met and why he became important to her, why he became significant. You can see our cynic here responding to the story, not very impressed with it, but I'll give you an idea of why Ilsa uh, developed such strong feelings for Victor.
Rick, not tonight.
Especially tonight. Why did you have to come to Casablanca? There are other places.
I wouldn't have come if I'd known that you were here. Believe me, Ricky, I didn't know.
Funny about your voice, how it hasn't changed. I can still hear it. Richard, dear, I'll go with you any place. We'll get on a train together and never stop.
Don't, Rick. I can understand how you feel.
You understand how I feel. How long was it we had, honey?
I didn't count the days.
Well, I did. Every one of them. Mostly I remember the last one. The wow finish, a guy standing on a station platform in the rain with a comical
this yet.
Go on, tell it. Everyone will come to you as you go along.
It's about a girl who had just come to Paris from her home in Oslo. At the house of some friends, she met a man about whom she had heard her whole life. A very great and courageous man. He opened up for her a whole beautiful world full of knowledge and thoughts and ideals. Everything she knew or ever became was because of him. And she looked up to him and worshipped him with the feeling she supposed was love.
Yes, he's very pretty. I heard a story once. As a matter of fact, I've heard a lot of stories in my time. They went along with the sound of a tinny piano playing in the parlor downstairs. Mister, I met a man once when I was a kid. It always begins. I guess neither one of our stories is very funny. Tell me, who was it you left me for? Was it Laszlo, or were there others in between? Or aren't you the kind that tells?
So you get the idea, a little of the context of how Victor became such an important person to Ilsa. And the scene that we're going to see, or re-see again, takes place after this. And you can see the tension that's developing in her. You know, she loves Rick still, we'll learn, and she's torn between the two. And this particular scene we'll watch again just highlights the reasons why Victor had become such an important person in her life, and why the particular values of courage and commitment to ideals resonated so deeply in her. And the one scene, that the cutaway to her scene midway through the song, really does tell it all.
Yes.
So what we wanted to do is unpack this scene a little bit more, and specifically what we want to do is to put a very fine point on what it takes to become an object of someone's love, or what it takes to become an object of love ourselves. You know, what is involved in these kind of scenes. Now, this obviously is at the very, very far end. Very few people, and there are the very few opportunities for someone to stand up against Nazi power and move a room full of frightened refugees to stand up and sing in their face. And this is a pretty powerful example of courage and fortitude and commitment to ideals. But in here are principles that we want to take a closer look at. So in the assignment that we're going to be doing along with this video, we'll be asking you to specifically address those questions.